Hi everyone, Jesse here with etrailer. Today we'll be taking a look at the line of Westin Sure-Grip Running Boards. Our particular set is in black, but they do offer an option for a silver trim. If you're looking for an easier way to get in and out of your vehicle, but you also want to retain the factory look, I think these are a good option. Here's a closer look at our running boards installed on our neighbor's vehicle. As you can see, they have a nice clean black finish all over it. And this top piece here is actually rubber, so that's going to give you some extra grip for when it's wet outside or maybe there's some snow on the ground. You don't have to worry about slipping, getting in and out of your. I think this is very useful for not only getting in and out of your vehicle, especially if you have mobility problems, but also a nice feature is if you have a roof rack or accessories on top of the vehicle, this is going to give you an extra step to be able to get up there and unload or load things up. The running board itself is 6 inches. However, depending on your vehicle, especially with our Explorer today, it's got kind of a rounded edge on the bottom of it. So you're not going to be able to use that full 6 inches, but really where you're wanting to be stepping is on that rubber to ensure that you're not slipping. Our running board spans the entire length of the side of our vehicle, so that means that passengers are going to be able to use it, and also you'll have a lot of room to get up on the roof, as I said earlier. These running boards are going to be custom fit kits, so you'll definitely want to plug your year, make, model into our fit guide to ensure that you get the right kit for your vehicle. But with those custom fit brackets, the installation process is a very simple process. If you've installed these before on your vehicle and you want to share some photos of what they look like, or maybe just share your experience with us, please feel free to leave a review. With all that being said, let's get to the install. I'll walk you through the whole process. When it comes to getting our mounting brackets installed, you'll first want to come underneath. We're on the passenger side here, and you'll want to identify your 3 mounting points. There's going to be a piece of the pinch weld that comes down farther and has 3 holes in it. So there's one in the front, one in the middle, and one on the back. Starting here on the front one, we'll have to get our nut that has a clip around it installed up into the frame of the vehicle. We'll simply slide this into the square hole here, push it in. Sometimes they'll fight you, so you may want to grab a screwdriver and help you get that pushed in. Try to get that lined up, and then we'll just continue that with the other 2 spots. Now we'll have some serrated flange nuts to kind of slip into place in between this plastic and our pinch weld. And on the passenger side, these are going to go in the front hole. So I'll just peel back that plastic a bit with my screwdriver, and then that will hold it in place. But as I said, passenger side will do the front hole. On the driver's side, you'll do the same thing, but you'll be using the back holes. Now we'll take our brackets. They'll be installed in this position because our running boards will be mounted on this part of the bracket. But all we'll do is line it up with those 2 pieces of hardware we installed. You'll have a skinnier, longer bolt with a flat washer and a split washer. That's going to go in top. We're just going to loosely install these for now. Let's get that threaded on. And then for the flange nut that we slipped into place, that'll get one of the thicker bolts with a washer and a split washer. Before we lift our running board into position, we'll need to do a few things. So we'll start off with installing our weather stripping. There's going to be a slot right here for it, but we will have to remove one of our end caps to get it slid into position. So there's 3 Phillips screws. You can do this from either side, but I'll do it on this side. You have those 2 smaller screws there, and then one slightly larger one. Once those are removed, we can slide our end cap straight out. Then take our weather seal and just slide it all the way through our slot. And once that's slid all the way in, we can simply reinstall our end cap. Now we can slide our hardware into the slots. We're going to be using the 2 outside slots. Start with this one. Maybe kind of tricky to get it started, but once you get it past that point, it'll slide pretty easily. So we'll have 3 sets of these. I'll install 2 on this side, and then I'll go to the other side and install the last set. Now we're ready to lift it up onto our brackets. One thing I've found out is with that weather seal, you'll want to kind of push it against that seal just to make sure that it doesn't slip under the pinch weld. And then we can line up our hardware with the slots, just going 1 bracket at a time. Now that we have everything slid into place, you can slide it forward and backwards. As far as adjusting it, there's really no measurements in the instructions for you. Just kind of even it out. It's personal preference, really. Just make sure that you're not going to rub your tires or anything like that. But from there, we'll take our hardware, which is a locking nut and a flat washer, and we'll get those installed onto the bolts that we slid into the running boards. Now we can tighten everything down. I like to start by tightening down our brackets. That way we can make some minor adjustments with the running boards if we need to. But I'll start with our pinch weld bolts. It's a 16mm socket, and I'll use a 15mm wrench to hold on to that nut. I just made one final adjustment, made sure I was pretty even on the outsides, and now we can tighten it down with a 13mm socket. Now we'll go over everything with a torque wrench, make sure everything's torqued down to the specifications and the instructions. And we just have to repeat that process on the driver's side. Essentially, it's the same exact process. And that's going to do it for our look at the Westin Sure-Grip Running Boards.